Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, August 18, 2022. I am Yvette Bowens with the details. Dismissed teachers as well as other public servants returned to Kingstown today to intensify the call for reinstatement. For the second time in as many weeks, the union took to the streets to sound their displeasure with the government's invitation to unvaccinated teachers to reapply for service. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has made repeated calls for dismissed teachers to submit their applications for re-employment as the start of the new school term approaches. Those who spoke to SVGTV News say they will continue to stand in solidarity with the union.
Well, teachers are supporting the union. Those who got fired, they are fired up. They've been saying the slogan is, no bait, reinstate. That is a slogan. No bait, reinstate. And from what I've seen, they are angry and they are sticking out. They will stick with their union. Okay.
Where our rights have been taken away. We were all fired because of the vaccine mandate by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we're here protesting that. We are seeing an uncertain tone that the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines need to reinstate the workers who were fired. And I'm not saying to re-employ them, but I'm saying that they should be reinstated, because that is what is the right thing to do. Because the government fired us. I'm asking all of the teachers, the public servants, the police officers, not to be fooled. The government is under tremendous pressure once we stick together. And if we are, and we truly believe in togetherness, this is a perfect opportune time to tell the government that yes, you are the government, but the majority rule, which is the people and the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines. And
I join in solidarity with them. I am a trained teacher from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers College, and I believe in putting my support or giving my support where it is needed. And I am trusting that our government will recognize what they must do. The demands are clear.
President of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union, Oswald Robinson, says dismissed teachers will not be taking the government's bid for re-employment. On Tuesday, it was revealed by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves that over 50 dismissed teachers had submitted applications to the Public Service Commission for re-employment. The union head who led today's protest action in Kingstown tells SVG-TV News that the members are resolved in their position and will only be returning to work if they are reinstated with benefits as well as damages. Robinson says he believes the government will go so far as to send letters to dismissed workers urging them to reapply.
Many of our teachers, they are resolved, they are not going to reapply, and that is why we are here in solidarity with them, because they have lost a lot. The children of the nation have lost a lot. They are trying all kind of stuff, but they know that they are on the losing end. If you want to win this battle, all you have to do is reinstate the teachers. Basically, that's all we are saying. I understand that they might be coming down to bring letters to ask the teachers to reapply. That's one thing. It will be interesting to see how they're going to address them, because if you say they are no longer your employees, how are you going to write to people who are no longer your employees? But we know for sure school will not be ready. They may have to push back school for another week or so. The fact that they are going to extend the period of application to next week Monday, it is clear that they're not ready yet.
Robinson also says government is under pressure to staff schools with less than 3 weeks until the start of the school term. He adds there is also the possibility that the start of classes may be delayed.
What we know is that there were some teachers who were on contract as of last term, and a number of them would have reapplied. But the majority of our teachers are here. The situation as it stands now, we know for sure that they would want to start school because professional development week would start next week. And in order for the principals to have schools starting on a strong foundation, you need teachers, you need to be fully staffed. As it stands now, schools are short-staffed because the majority of our teachers are out of the classroom, especially those who are well qualified, well experienced.
A Vincentian national was gunned down in Trinidad and Tobago on Wednesday. TNT News Media has identified the deceased as 21-year-old Owani Hutchinson. The shooting reportedly occurred at Snake Valley in the community of Laventille around 2:25 p.m. on August 17th. Preliminary reports indicate Hutchinson was doing construction work on a house with another worker when a motor vehicle pulled up and 3 men emerged with guns. The suspects opened fire on the men, wounding both. Hutchinson died at the scene of the shooting while the other victim was transported by police to the hospital for medical attention. It is believed that Hutchinson was not the target of the shooting. With the recent murders taking the homicide rate to 27 thus far this year, the opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday said the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines should not be made to feel unsafe in their homes and communities. Last Thursday, 1 man was shot and killed and 3 others were injured in Arnesville while attending a karaoke event. On Tuesday, a fisherman was gunned down while sitting in the porch of a house in the new housing development at Lowmansby. On a recent post to his Facebook page, Dr. Friday says the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police need to assure Vincentians that a plan is in place to address violent crimes and murders.
Last week, we heard about a shooting incident in Arnesville where 1 person was killed, several persons injured, hospitalized, many bullets fired. Today we're hearing of another shooting in Lowmansby, where 1 person was killed. 27 homicides so far this year. That is too much. Violent crime in this country is out of hand. The Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police need to come to the public and reassure them that they know what is going on, that they have a way of addressing the matter, and to state what their plan is to deal with it. People should not be made to feel unsafe in their homes when they go out in their communities. The Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police need to assure people that they have a plan to deal with violent crimes and all the shootings that are taking place in this country. And they should say so now.
Progress is being made with the school rehabilitation program as students and teachers are preparing to return to the classroom for the start of the new academic year. Over the last year, a number of schools have undergone refurbishment and renovations, as many were used as emergency shelters during the eruption of La Soufrière volcano last year. Speaking on NBC Radio, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves assures the public that work at several schools is progressing well thus far so that they can be ready for the upcoming academic year.
Work is being done. Work is being advanced on the schools, them down in Barley, the 2 down there, the one up in the grammar school and the high school, the one in Beckway Community High, the Sinclair Deacon. We have to get the grammar school completed and people moved in. It's a bit of a push. I don't know whether we might have to delay a week, the opening there, because we want the grammar school to go back there for the beginning of this academic year coming up. Going to the grammar school and Thomas Saunders to go over to at Arnesville now, where the grammar school is. But the program at Thomas Saunders is going to take a year, but that's substantial, much more than at the grammar school. But I will get a detailed report. I will get a preliminary report at least, as to where we are.
With back-to-school preparations on the way, psychologist Dr. Giselle Miller is advising parents to ease children out of the vacation routine and back into productive mode. Speaking on the face-to-face program today, Dr. Miller offers suggestions on how parents can address anxiety and fears about returning to school.
Sit with your kids and talk to them about, especially for those who are already in the school system, how was your last year? The last term, how are you feeling now going into this new year? You want to get their feedback in terms of what they might be afraid of, fearful, anxious, whatever, and you are now going to be able to answer certain questions and give guidance accordingly. for those who are going into school for the first time or a new class, they may have a lot of questions, they may have a lot of uneasiness. In that meeting as well, you are now going to be talking them through it and letting them understand that yes, it is new, but it is something that a lot of other kids have gone through, and it's a matter that when you go there, you just now have to be able to be open enough to make new friends, get to know your teacher and all of that.
The mental health expert also advises parents to instill a positive mindset in their children, considering there are still some concerns about how the school year will unfold.
But what I would want to suggest is very early, teach the child how to be optimistic. Meaning that you have to keep an open mind, because one of the things that the research shows as well is that a calm, relaxed mind is more open to learning, that your brain functions better, that you can take in information than when somebody is tense and scared or whatever the case is. So you want them to be relaxed, you want them to have a positive mindset, and probably as well you want to have a conversation as it relates to success and failure and what that looks like. Failure is something that a lot of persons are terrified of. I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail, but what is failure really? And I always say this, that even if you may not have done well at a particular thing, it is just an indication that you probably need to put in more effort and more work. And you should not see it as an end in itself, that's it. Failure, first attempt in learning. So you tried, you didn't get it, try again. You didn't get it, try again. Don't ever stop trying.
38 female farmers from St. Vincent and the Grenadines are now better equipped to lead as agricultural entrepreneurs after graduating from the Women's Farmers Academy. The Women's Farmers Academy, organized by St. Lucian-based NGO Helen's Daughters, is a gender-sensitive public health intervention that focuses on helping women farmers improve their income and establish a sustainable livelihood. Over an 8-week period, participants were exposed to topics on financial literacy, food safety, nutritional marketing, and market linkages. All sessions were led by subject matter experts from St. Vincent and the Grenadines and across the Caribbean region. Founder and Executive Director of Helen's Daughters, Kathleen Carew, says she is impressed with the diligence displayed by the Vincentian women farmers, adding the program will be beneficial to participants who are residents in the red and orange zones of the island. Valedictorian of the program, Risha Aline, says she expects that soon SVG will be known for its strong and resourceful female farmers.